afternoon. Welcome back to Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Monday evening show. Yes, we are back in full effect. Almost, I'm like, let's say 85% fully recovered or making a recovery. We've got some Bukayo Saka news. We've got some World Cup news. We've got Gabriel Jesus news, sad news. I'll get into that in a moment. And what else do we have? Oh, something's happening on Friday. Interesting. Monday evening show. Get into this one on the other side of this music intro. Yes, welcome back indeed to Canon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. And I'm 85% making my way up to 90% of the way fully recovered. Not fully recovered because you never can be 100% recovered. Anyhow, welcome to our channel, not your channel, not my channel, our channel, to behold, to have and to hold. What you can do, come into live chat. I've seen just we've got one comment there from Lynn. Lynn, good evening to you. I'm not sure why it's not appeared here, but thank you for joining me on the channel on this Monday evening show. It's going to be a short show because we know that we are in World Cup. What are we in World Cup season or period? And people don't want to listen to me gassing on. They want to watch the World Cup. Anyhow. And you can also subscribe to Canon 4 TV if you want to, but I prefer if you press the like button. All right, so first off the block, if I can find it here, first news on this Monday evening show, Bukayo Saka apparently says he's ready to go. Ready for what? Well, he's ready to take a penalty. Yeah, Bukayo Saka is ready to step up and take a penalty for England at the World Cup as he bids to move on from the heartbreak of the Euros 2020 final. As you know, Saka missed a decisive spot kick in last year's final against Italy and was subjected to racist abuse online in the wake of it. Now, the winger has bounced back from that, so much so that he has become Arsenal's penalty taker and played a key role in this season in Arsenal climbing to the top of the Premier League. But Saka believes he has grown since the final of the Euros 2020, both on and off the pitch, and he's ready to take a penalty at the World Cup as England prepare to face France in the quarter-finals. Yes. Arsenal, winger, starman is prepared to take a penalty if need be against France, the old enemy. Are France the old enemy? How many old enemies can you have? Well, anyway, like the report says there, Bukayo Saka is ready to step up. And if need be, if the call comes from Mr. Southgate, he's ready to take a penalty. There's no doubt, literally, he has matured. I think back then, Euros 2020, Sancho, Rashford, and of course, Bukayo Saka. I wish the manager had prepared better for that. But he does say that he's better prepared this time round, and they've been training and practicing penalties. But you can't replicate a situation like that, can you? You can prepare for it, but you can't replicate that scenario there. But Bukayo Saka says that he's ready to lock and load and take a penalty if need be. So good luck to the youngster, our star boy. Yeah. The second news segment, I was going to go into the other one, but I think I'll talk about this one. Let me remove this very, very quickly. There we go. Balogun to the rescue. Arsenal have a bailout option to replace injured Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, I've said it. Gabriel Jesus is actually injured, but I'll get into that into a moment. But Arsenal will likely head into the Premier League restart later this month with Gabriel Jesus unavailable. Now, Arsenal could end up saving millions in the January transfer market, looking for another striker with Gabriel Jesus suffering an injury at the World Cup, as reported. Listen, we know. I wouldn't say that Nketiah has struggled to score goals. I'll probably say he's struggled to be a regular starter in the Premier League. With the January transfer window, listen, I would probably say Balogun would save Arsenal a lot of money. Is he ready to lead the front line? Well, we won't know until he's given a chance. I mean, Balogun has long been tipped as a future star at Arsenal and has begun to show his talents at the top level out on loan. He's already scored 8 League One goals this season with us, Stade Reims, battering the tallies of players such as Lionel Messi, Mbolo, and Winston Ben Yedda. And apparently, Martin Keown has likened Balogun to Ian Wright. But is Balogun the answer? Is he able? Is he good enough to lead the line? And if he isn't, come into the live chat and let me know, who would you like to lead the line? I don't know. What options do we have? I don't know. Do we have any other options? Tell me. Any other options? Bukayo Saka, Eddie Nketiah, Martinelli. Slim pickings, man. Slim pickings. That's what I'm going to say. But I would like Arsenal. Again, save your monies. We've got a striker out on loan. Balogun. Is he the answer? What is the saying that I have? The greater the challenge, the greater the victory. You're not too young enough. If you're good enough, then you're good enough. You're young enough, you're good enough, you're good enough, you're old enough, you can play. But let me know. Come in the live chat, let me know about Balogun. Would you not want to go into the market and buy a striker to replace Gabriel Jesus and go for Florian Balogun? Or do you think we need to go into the transfer market and buy a proven striker or a replacement striker or a backup striker or an additional striker? I don't know. And last but not least, the last segment. Oh, my goodness. It's funny, you know. Actually, let me just read the report as it stands here. This is from a slightly different angle. World Cup 2022. Tite calls suggestions that Gabriel Jesus played injured evil lies. Brazilian coach Tite says suggestions he played Gabriel Jesus on Friday's defeat by Cameroon, knowing he was already carrying an injury, are evil lies. Now, if you didn't know, well, I'm telling you now, Arsenal forward Gabriel Jesus has since been ruled out the rest of the World Cup because of a knee injury. Speaking before Monday's last 16 game against South Korea, Tite said, I don't like hearing lies out there, evil lies. At no time do we play for victory at the risk of a player's peril. It is yet to be decided if Jesus and fullback Alex Telles, who also have been ruled out of the rest of the tournament with a knee injury, will remain in Qatar or return to their respective clubs for treatment. Tite continued, the liars who are out there, because that's the name, isn't it? The haters, right? Go do something else and stop giving fake news. We are responsible. We are personally responsible. We are ethical, and it would never have happened. I didn't want this to happen. It's a shame. We are very sorry for Gabriel Jesus. So again, if you're thinking, what's going on? Where have you been? Gabriel Jesus is going to be out for 3 months with a knee injury. And I tend to side with Tite. I cannot imagine Tite would have played Gabriel Jesus if he knew Gabriel Jesus had an injury. I can't. I mean, look at the size of the squad. Look at the quality in the squad. He would not have played Gabriel Jesus if he knew Gabriel Jesus had a knee injury. I'm telling you that. Anyhow, or anywho, these have been the news segments currently running on Canon 4 TV on this Monday evening show, and I'm backed at 85%, making my way to be fully recovered, or at least maybe 90 or 94%. Never 100%. Never. There's always what's going on? There's always something going on. Anyhow, anyway. Let's go into before I go into our Twitter feed to see if there's been any other comments. Let me just give everyone a quick heads up, a reminder that this Friday is going to be a special easy talk. Special easy talk. This Friday is when we find out, or when you find out, who you have voted as a subscriber and a follower for your favorite segment on Canon Fodder TV. So Friday, there I am, a little bit, that's me, yeah. That is me. It's going to be a special award ceremony for the best segment on Canon Fodder TV. It's going to be an 8 p.m. kickoff. You're probably thinking, well, who are the nominees? Well, these are the nominees. You've got the Big Sunday Show hosted by Paul, aka the Bray or the North Bank. You got watch-alongs, match day watch-alongs with my brother, hosted by my brother, and then you got Thursday Night Football hosted by Ange, the First Lady, and Richard Morgan again every Thursday night. So these are your nominees. Go on a platform. You can have your say. You can vote. On a platform, it is on a community tab. You can see some way down that we did the vote. Actually, a couple of times we've promoted it. Also on Twitter. So again, these are the nominees. The lines or whatever, the voting will stop by 5 p.m. on Friday, the 9th, this Friday, again, for your nominees. So you can vote for your favorite segment on Canon Fodder TV this Friday. Awesome. The best segment. The best segment. Now I believe we can actually go onto our Twitter feed and see who has made a comment. Let's see, any comments there? Any comments? Any comments? No comments there. No comments thus far. Thus far. Ooh, I just saw. Who's that? Ooh. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, yeah. I think for retweeting something that we put out on Twitter Sphere. That's nice to see that. I'm not going to mention who it was or what it was, but those of you who retweeted our tweet that was put out originally by John Nagiza, and we commented on that, and someone's just kind of retweeted our comment. Thank you for that, ex-Arsenal player. Anyhow, let's go into the live chat and see who has joined us on this Monday evening show over here. I've got DWTT. Gary, good evening to you. I hope you're keeping well. Good day, Alex. And chat room, he says. I watched Saka's press conference this afternoon, and he was very mature when spoken to this afternoon. Yeah. The older you get, you would have thought people would have matured, but Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka has matured. And the one thing that kind of came to mind was, as modern day footballers, you got your sponsorship deals and this, that, and the other, but he does a lot of promo work, doesn't he? I know Arsenal have released like this new retro bits and pieces. Yeah. But as a youngster, I just hope we don't burn him out playing wise and all the demands that are put on players in the limelight. But well done. He's matured. I like Eddie, but I do not think he has a different mentality than the others. No winning man. I think he does have a winning mentality, Lynn. He does, but until we can give, I keep saying this, Lynn. If we were to give him 15 to 20 Premier League starts, how many goals do you think he would score? I said at the beginning of the season, when they finished the preseason, the goals between him and Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus, I hold my hand up and I'm going to say this. I would have said that Eddie Nketiah would score more goals than a Gabriel Jesus. Now, the other thing I wanted to say was, people have been saying from the beginning of the season, oh, what would happen if? Imagine if, and the conditional if, was what would happen if Gabriel Jesus were to sustain an injury? And where are we? He sustained a knee injury and is out for upwards to 3 months. So we have arrived at that point now. And we always knew there's going to be suspensions, there were going to be injuries, long-term injuries. It's football. It's football. So we are at that point now where Gabriel Jesus is out now for 3 months. By the grace of God, we have shared the burden. The burden? We have shared the responsibility of scoring goals. We've got 4 players who are on 5 and plus goals. And I think Ødegaard is top scorer so far this season. So we're not so reliant on Gabriel Jesus because Jesus hasn't scored or still hasn't scored a goal in 8 games. So we're not too reliant on him. But we still need someone to step into that position there. It might be Eddie Nketiah. It might be Balogun. Who else is it going to be? Are we going to go into a transfer market and buy a striker? I don't know, Mr. IT, Mr. Ivan Toney. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's nines we can pick up. Okay, in January. Strength in the midfield, attacking and defensive midfield. Maybe even the wings. Martinelli can play up top in a pinch. And actually, Lynn has been saying this all along. The combo would have been, I think, Lynn, remind me if I'm wrong. You said that you would like to have seen Jesus come off the left, Martin in the middle, and Saka on the right. Well, Jesus is out injured, isn't he? So are you going to still keep that formation? The 3 up the top, Martinelli down the middle. Who's going to come off the left? Maybe an Eddie Nketiah. We don't know. I posed a question on Twitter. Amube thinks Zaha would be a good player to bring in. What do you think? I don't think he helps with what Jesus does off the ball, though. No, he doesn't. I'm just thinking, how is that going to affect us? Because I know people have been saying, well, he brings so much more than just scoring goals. Actually, he hasn't scored goals in 7-8 games, but he does a lot with defending and with the assists. But Gary, you're right. He's not gonna come back and defend, is he? He's not gonna come back and defend. But I still don't think Zaha is, at this time in his career, a player that Arsenal, or at least the profile anyway, of the player that Arsenal are going to want to buy. Buy youngsters now, don't we? Well, they just come out their nappies, and Arsenal are thinking, oh, okay, he is, I don't know, maybe he might be good at playing for Arsenal. Let's give him a few years, but it's just out of his nappies. Zaha's long since out of his nappies. I would get Mudryk on the left and play Martinelli through the middle. Yeah, okay. And bring Balogun back to challenge Eddie. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. Alex, this is the second time we have heard an Arsenal play was playing with an injury and got injured further. Tierney and now maybe Jesus. No. I think Tierney's was slightly different. He came back from duty, international duty. And did he not sustain the injury whilst training? He didn't sustain the injury whilst he was out on international duty. And I believe Tite. I don't think he would not have played a Gabriel Jesus knowing he had a knee injury. That wouldn't have happened. It would not have happened. Gabriel Solano, Gabriel, good evening to you. Actually, good evening. It would be afternoon, wouldn't it? Because you're out in Central America. Costa Rica. Pura vida. We are not missing Jesus for the goals. Yeah, that's like I said. It is what he does give the team that we are going to miss. So, Lynn, here's a question for you. Actually, for everyone watching now, here's a question for you. 3 months. We haven't really missed his goals. Is our title challenge in jeopardy now? We have not missed Gabriel Jesus' goals because he hasn't scored goals, I think, in the 7 or 8 games. Is our title charge in danger? Are we in danger of not winning the Premier League? Things have changed on a penny now, haven't they? I agree, Lynn. Our goals are spread around Emerson Rowe. It's coming back, and hopefully Vieira. Who? Oh yeah, Vieira. That one, not the other one, the original one. Vieira improves as the season progresses. I'm not sold on Fabio Vieira, Gary. I'm not. It's just too lightweight when we need him to make an impact. No. Put him out on loan. Anyway. Anyhow, what's new, Alex? What's new? I know. I mean, I haven't spoken about Gabriel Jesus. So for me and Cannon 4 TV, that's new breaking news. Out for 3 months. And I remember, I'm not going to embarrass the person. One of our contributors was saying, but don't, and until it happens, then we can deal with it. But right about now, he's not injured. I was thinking, yeah, but it might happen. Gabriel Jesus, that is, getting injured. It's happened. But Danny, I'm good. I hope you're keeping well, my friend. Say hello to your family from everyone on Canon for the TV. Alex, you said Eddie would score more than Jesus. I did say that. I don't see that. What did you see from Eddie? That we've not given this youngster consistent game time. Look at his international record. When given constant game time, he can score goals. He can score goals. No, I didn't actually spend time with putting up his stats again. But unless you give this guy constant game time, I'll listen. Ballpark figure, 15 games. Let's just see what he can do. When push comes to shove, when your back is against the wall, when you ain't got no money, what can you do? Give the youngster that opportunity at least. Now, there is a reason why he was given the number 14 shirt that so many people got upset for. I couldn't care less about the shirt number. People upset about the £100,000 a week, couldn't care less. It's not my money, it's Arsenal's money. And oh my goodness, people even got upset still because he was given a 5-year contract. So there's 3 reasons why we gave him. Oh, I didn't give him that. It was Arteta and Edu gave him that. But you don't want a player on that amount of money wearing the number 14 shirts, 5-year contract extension. Give him that opportunity. All he has to do is prove himself. And I'm going to stick by that. I'm going to say that Eddie Nketiah is going to score more goals than Gabriel Jesus, given opportunities. Start the games in the Premier League. 15 games, uninterrupted. He will score more goals than Gabriel Jesus. That's right, I said it. I said it. You can't see it, Gary, but I can see it. Oh, dearie me. It's meaningless without striker, dear Alex, dear Alex. I can feel a song coming on, Danny, dear Alex, dear Alex. Dear. Tite charge is in danger without some very strong transfers. Saw some posts. Arsenal is looking for players who can play the Premier League. Zaha, Madison, Trossard are good examples. Out of those 3, do you know who I would take? Trossard. I do like the play. I like his style, man. He scores goals. Scores goals. Zaha, nah. Madison, if it was going to happen, it would have happened maybe last season. But out of the 3, I will go for Trossard. Every season, Arsenal face much injuries than the other Premier League clubs. What's the problem, dear Alex? Dear Alex, I got no idea. Danny, dear Alex. But it's part and parcel of actually all teams go through that. All teams have injuries. There is no right time to have an injury. It's just the way I think we just magnify it because we're all Arsenal supporters and fans. Because Arsenal is our club and we want them to do so well. And we haven't won the Premier League in almost 20 years. But it happens to all clubs. Dear Danny, dear Danny. It happens to all the clubs. Dear Danny, my friend. Eddie got time in Europa and didn't show enough. Saka showed his potential in Europa. Jesus played once a week during that time, similar to Eddie. So I believe he's had his chances. Okay, they can agree to disagree. Let me put this out another way. If Eddie came in and didn't score the goals, but he was tracking back and taking on players like Jesus does and making chances for the front 3, then the challenge will be on. But he does that. He does that. He runs back, Lynn. But still yet he gets given a hard time. He does that. He tracks back. And you notice as well, some of his goals, he scored is when he's put pressure on the goalkeeper. So he does that, but he still gets given a hard time, Lynn. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't get upset with me. Okay. Okay, so I'll just double checking something here. Just bear me a second, people. My goodness. Okay. All righty. All right. I got a funny suspicion that we have come to an end on this Monday return of the return Monday evening show over here. I know there's a match about to kick off. Is it Brazil versus somebody anyway? At least, yeah, I don't remember who. And there's a call coming through for me. So that's it. I will be back tomorrow evening, giving some more live news. And just don't forget, actually, let me quickly just remove this from here and put this up again. Go ahead and vote for your best, or the segment you think that's the best on Canon 4 TV. This Friday, the 9th of December, will be a special one. I'm going to be joined by, hopefully, by the host of all those segments. So Paul, host of the Big Sunday Show, Ange and Richard on Thursday Night Football, and my brother. I don't think my brother's going to be joining us. I think he's got work commitments. But make sure that you do go on the platform. Vote into your heart's content, please. It's going to be an interesting one. I think we've had one more comment here before I do wrap it up. Eddie doesn't track back and support the midfield, similar to Jesus. When he tracks back, he gets stuck in the midfield and isn't part of the attack. I think that's a debate that can run and rage and run for the longest time. But for me, I'm out of here. I will see you tomorrow for more live news on this channel. This channel, Canon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.